big three is steep, but for me, the next big three is simple. I kind of see it as a simple thing, and not to say that the other artists are not doing their work. I think they're building, and I think they're building beautifully. But for now, as of this point, as in 2024, with the legacy that they have in a short period of time, the achievements to be able to do in a short period of time, I have my big three as Tems, Asake, and Rema. I'm with you on Nigeria is not the biggest factor anymore, especially for an anomaly like Tems. Especially for an anomaly like Tems. So I hear the argument that she's still the biggest out of the Nigerian soil.
The thing is that I can see. It's one thing to say she's not that big in Nigeria, but I don't think anybody else, maybe aside like
Taj, accept the nuance in this conversation.
No,
accept the nuance. You're not accepting the nuance. Wizkid, obviously Morayo Snippets have been thrown at us. A lot of snippets. I think it was probably 4 songs that we got from Morayo.
We've already gotten 4.
I think it was 4. I was like, we got Piece of My Heart.
Piece of My Heart. Then we got
there's one that goes like Bend.
Yes.
There's another one that goes like Dance or something.
Bedu, yeah.
Dance Bedu, yeah. And that one that took us to Jonathan. And then we have another one that was like I think it was like another collaboration of him and Brent Fires.
Soji. No, Soji.
Oh, it's Soji. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, man.
Soji. That one, yeah.
I know. How's everyone feeling about the snippets about Morayo?
After the first one, I stopped listening because it's not me that they will set up to hit album.
She tell me say.
The random she tell me say.
She just
Speaking of she tell me say, like we didn't actually get that
Sorry guys.
that form of Wizkid on some of the snippets. Wizkid went back into like I'm just out of EME and I have a point to prove type energy on many of these songs. Obviously from the production direction or how dated it feels that it's going back, he's trying to rekindle a spark that many people have kind of lost with him in a lot of ways. You know, there's this ever since post Made in Lagos, there's been this like I guess like separation of Wizkid and the home base in a lot of the soundscape with his sexy, luxurious R&B direction that he was taking with many of these songs. Obviously, he alienated or distanced himself from a good fraction of his Nigerian supporters with some of the soundscape, I would say. But with these songs, it feels like he's obviously trying to pick that up in some sense. But to be honest, lazy for me. Many of these just feel it feels desperate. It feels like almost I actually need literal Bedu, and how much can I spell this by actually naming the song Bedu and hearing the drums that take you back into some of the PDP era, you know, like it is what it is. But
I mean, but Emmanuel,
yeah.
Please, let me be. I want to wait. He sings R&B, your complaint. He sings the standard shit, you complain. So what exactly is what should he be doing?
It's not everything we complain about. I complain for me, Sha. Because I'm not complaining. I'm not complaining. I'm not complaining about many of his R&B efforts. I enjoyed the S2 project. I was here lamenting about how S2 was a great balance between where he is right now and where he's coming from. The Ololufe and My Piano moment to the IDK moment with Zlatan that was obviously on that soundscape. I've enjoyed a lot of his recent.
Yeah, but that's 2 out of 4. Like it's the guy's in a weird space because they say he's out of touch. He makes the one that is in touch. You will say he's dated.
It's doing too much.
I mean,
it's not a binary thing though. Taj.
Yeah, Taj, I think what it is that we just want.
It's not saying if he decided to go back, it can never work.
Yeah.
No one said the idea of going back can never work. But I definitely see that in terms of him shifting things. And I'm never opposed to him actually going back to it. Like the concept of him going back is not what I am putting an indictment on this particular song for. The concept of him going back, he's well in the freedom of any artist to deviate or to expand their sound, or even if they want to do anything retro or vintage, they should definitely have the freedom to. No one is telling you not to. My own direction, or what my issue comes with, is just exactly the snippet I'm hearing. The exact record I'm hearing.
So do you think Wiz himself in the snippet sounds a bit weak, or is it the production? Like, what exactly do you have an issue with?
Oh, it just sounds very cheap. Like, it sounds like it's not a. It just sounds like he's not even trying to refresh it in any way. It sounds very like this is a first thought freestyle approach to him, and it just feels rather forced of a direction for him to do. It's the same issue we have with many one day moments where he's very lackluster on his approach on the hook or just
like
overall.
CK,
and
that we've been having.
And bro, we're seeing that with CK too in a lot of ways. It's like, it just feels like a 5-year-old can put this together type of like
I think it comes up like,
yeah.
I agree, right? I think it comes up like that because he is out of touch. Like, this is somebody that is not, he's not surrounded amongst people who can, like, bro, like, Rema is still young. Rema can still pick up certain numbers. He's still in touch. I mean, he tapped in with, do you get, like, there's still a lot of, like, just being in that ecosystem and even having just friends who just come home one day and say one new number, you know, do you get, like,
yeah.
It's still a young man's P, right? And the guy he's out of touch. He's in the UK. He's not like, which was why obviously transitioning into the R&B shit was more ideal for him, because it's like that's the headspace he genuinely can formulate something in. I don't think expecting Wiz to sound like what's the word, like to sound like Rema and sound as fluent as Miz with the Lamba.
Yeah,
just not something that he can.
So you're kind of agreeing with me.
Yeah, I understand, right? But I also just see it. I've learned to see it as this is a man who is exporting something to a different space, right?
Right.
He's just being a superstar. Even Bonner right now will suffer it very soon. Like, you're going to start sounding out of touch. Even the Lamba will not sound as smooth as it. I think there is definitely still a lacklusterness in the delivery in general. But then that's even with the R&B shit. That's where he's rich. Doesn't feel like he needs to stress himself to be maybe recording a certain way or sitting down to really write a lot. Like, and yeah, I think maybe that's why it comes off like that, unfortunately. But I still think there's like, now I feel like the Dance Bedu record, right? When you get away from the chorus, that's a bit like shallow. Like when you hear the verses of which it comes off, it's decent.
And that's my hope. That's my hope going into, again, we're only looking at what we've gotten. And that's why I was even saying, even for that Davido snippet, the chorus itself was treacherous, but the pre-chorus and build up into it, and then to the transition into that drop, fire. Right? There's some instances where a snippet will be doing like bad injustice to the actual full record. So I'm always open to the idea of the full song making a lot more sense contextually. But with the snippets that I've picked up on, man, or at least the one that I stayed to with the hook and what I was hearing, bro, it wasn't sound like Wiz was really, really where I like to see an artist like him be in terms of his approach to the songs, man. And
I think for me the conversation is still just like in regards to the whole beef thing as well. These are people that have reached the tail end, and I feel like we need to just, I don't know, I just don't have any that much expectations for these guys anymore.
Right.
I think once again, these are people that have become out of touch, not because they are lazy, but they've actually grown. They don't even, the guy doesn't even live in the country anymore. There's only ways he can weave Lamba. You don't expect him to do what Miz did or like this project. He's not going to be able to cook like that.
And these are his sons. These are people he has birthed like conceptually in their approach to Afrobeats. And obviously you're seeing someone that's been the Bible for them, and like you're seeing him next to these guys that he has obviously influenced. And it just makes you like bro, the comparison is scary. Like it's scary, man, because it goes back to the thing of what, like, being out of touch. And I feel like he has distanced himself in a way with the soundscape, with the Lamba, with just the overall feel, and which was kind of even helping people understand that I'm not an Afrobeat artist argument in the first instance. And that's why back then a lot of people empathize with that rant because of we were seeing a clear like this direction of him leaning more into his R&B efforts and trying to alienate himself in some way from Afrobeat. But with this record, he makes that rant look more ridiculous. It makes that rant look like, what were you actually even talking about then?
Oh no, yeah, no, the rant. See, once again, the rant does not make any sense. None of his rants make sense. It's just like a lash of emotions, and he just says whatever he wants. Maybe somebody just gingered him that day. Just say, you know what, fuck Nigerians. I'm not a Nigerian artist. It's just in the spur of the moment, but because now
it feels like he needs Jamie Alade on these songs, and I'm like, well, how did you go from that to this? Like from where to where? Where did that come from?
Yeah, and I just hope that people, I guess this is where the ravers will come in and flex their muscle, but I just hope people don't fall into the pressure of doing an Ozeba or trying to just still make music. Man. Like, not everybody should have to want to do this thing that Rema did. Especially if you don't have if you're not ready, because people look at what Rema did as just easy work, but it's not.
Rema can do an essence, but can Wizkid do it?
Okay, please. That's not what we're trying to do.
Yeah, but
no. Can I just say one thing? But I feel like the problem is Wizkid should focus on preserving his legacy than trying to
compete.
meet up with the kids. Like, I feel like you don't have to catch up. You have something so solid, like just preserve that. And unfortunately, I think it's a problem with money after you make type thing. I feel like he feels like to keep going, he has to just. I feel like if he kept doing a tour on Made in Lagos or his throwbacks, he won't have problems. I feel like the more that he releases, people are looking at him a little bit sideways. Like, you don't have to keep releasing to stay relevant. Like, just preserve what you have and like assert your place. For me, anyways, because every time
you guys are really doing sending the old cattle out to pasture thing.
It's not old cattle.
I'm not in the camp of you shouldn't release.
I feel like
I agree with you. But I don't feel like we have a mature enough industry.
You can do that.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, even with One Day Cole, do you know how upset I was at that particular album? Like,
let's not.
I was indeed upset. I was like, you increase expectations, you build it up, and then it's like very lackluster. Like, it's not really.
I don't think we have a mature enough industry. In other genres, artists are allowed, like, it's natural.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
To just like go away for like years and years.
Yeah, that's why I said money have to make. So I understand it.
It's not really money. It's not about making money.
It has to be.
Wait. It's not.
Okay.
I think it's about the
relevancy.
I think it's actually about the fact that we are in a genre that is very, very childish. Like we have listeners and we have critics, in my opinion.
By childish, you mean young?
No, you
mean like young. It's a young.
No, you
it's a young genre, and therefore we're not experienced with artists going away and just doing whatever they want, or like opening up a makeup brand and never coming back to music, or like just or like in rock or in like other pop cultures. Because when I'm at work,
that's
they'll
not
be like,
fair.
oh, an artist is coming back. I was like, oh, when did they sign their contract? Oh, they've been at the label for 10 years and they're just bringing the album. I'm like, 10 years? I'm like, yeah. You took them 10 years to make the album, so it's coming out. I'm like,
no, because relevancy, it plays a part in every genre.
But that's because in this genre
but I'm saying you're trying to compare it to other genres. I don't think that's fair.
I think she's not comparing. She's saying why it's not there. Like,
I'm saying we're not there. I'm saying we're not there yet as a genre, and that is because these are all the reasons why we focus our energy on. Oh, he's fallen off because he didn't drop. Maybe he decided to go and, build a farm. I don't know. Like, people should just be allowed to do whatever they want, especially when they've already, like, the artist artist lifespan, like an artist lifespan, like when they're very relevant to when they're in decline. It's usually about 3 to 5 years anyway. So why do we care that 10 years, 15 years, 20 years in the game? Why does he still have to prove himself?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We're saying the same thing.
His music because he wants to prove himself.
No, I don't. I think
that's what we don't know.
We're actually saying
we don't know what exactly is motivating.
Even in hip hop, there's this issue as well with lifespan as well, like with recent artists as well. But it's
we're not saying the
interesting.
same thing though, but it's okay.
No, but
No, I'm saying what I'm saying is in a similar way with the newer hip hop artists, they're having this issue with like longevity. I feel like with older artists, because in the spectrum of Afrobeats, Wizkid is basically a legacy artist at this
Yeah, he
point.
is.
Like he's one of the founding, like not founding,
No.
but you know what I mean. He's a legacy artist, and it's okay to place him there. It's not to say you're out, like you're out, you're out.
Of course, but I think it's still. How would I say this? I'm not necessarily. I'm not one to expect artists that have a strong legacy, as strong as a Wizkid, to all of a sudden call it quits, or essentially not drop as much.
No, not quits, but I mean preserve. Like,
yeah, I understand.
Just don't stain.
Don't drop dust is what you're saying.
Don't stain your white, or what's it called, to the point where we're not even taking you seriously anymore. Like, oh, here we go again. Like, you don't want to be that person who, oh, here he goes again.
No,
you want to have a level of respect.
I think regardless, he's going to have to drop, because like once, I feel like it comes with. I mean, regardless of the intention, be it money, be it relevancy, artists will want to create in many instances. It goes back to the personal expression of art in general. Like, some people might just want to just put out music because they've been working on things and they want to present it to the world. Others, it might be just because of contractual reasons that they have to put stuff out. It might be a plethora of reasons. It might be money on the table that they have opportunity to pick up on, or they are working towards a moment that they need to build up some relevance. They might be working towards a bigger project for some instance. I don't know, it might be a documentary, can be a movie, can be a lack of a better word, like a guest feature at some huge festival. It might be something that they want to build up their SEO power and just their traction for anticipation for something else. There could be a plethora of reasons. But I think when it comes to like an artist like Wizkid or his legacy, I'm not necessarily opposed to them releasing. And of course, I understand your fear of don't stain your whites, but they wouldn't know if they're staining their whites, if they are just like releasing for the sake of releasing. And that goes without saying. We will hear it, we will take it in, and then we would all deduce if in fact they are staining their whites or not.
It's not even the releasing, it's having to create controversy to draw attention.
Oh yeah, that's
to
something
project.
else.
That's what I mean. Like,
that's something else. Yeah.
I'm not actually of course, every artist should continue to release music. You see artists, they get to a point where they don't give a heck about people's opinions. They just release music.
Like Reminisce, for instance. Reminisce.
Yeah, that's not my point.
Yeah.
My point is the stuff around it. Now we're not taking you seriously. Like, here we go.
Okay, yeah, that's different, I guess.
That kind of thing. I wasn't referring to releasing music itself.
Yeah. Right. Okay. But back to the music, right? I just wish I understood what drove the intent of releasing like music and stuff, right? Because it is very confusing when you hear certain drops and exactly what he's trying to do now, and sometimes if you know the motivation, then maybe it explains why it's dropped, what type of music is dropping.
Right.
But regardless, I think we as people will eat whatever he gives us.
Yeah.
I think that always works for him. He's just blessed, bro. Half the country, 90% of that country is FC. That's what.
Yeah, man. Yeah, we are all FC. Everybody's FC. Yeah, and even people that want to find reasons to criticize him.
I know follow now do FC.
See them exposing themselves. See them exposing themselves.
Said we.
Everybody. As far as you love this genre, you love Wizkid.
Yeah, you love Wizkid, man. It's just
bottom line. It is what it is. But anyway, no, I wasn't crazy about the snippets. I'm still on the side of let's get the full material. There's nothing about it that is really, really like picking my fancy.
Wow.
Even though the
piece of my heart.
No, I was about to get to the Brent Fires moment. I think obviously Brent is a heck of a gem. Probably one of, if not the most influential voice in R&B in this generation for sure. So like he's basically himself on this snippet. I think there's potential of him and Wizkid. Obviously Wizkid has been taking a lot of R&B leans and efforts in there. I would see where the record is going, but from what I could pick up from it, it feels like it belongs in the Made in Lagos soundscape, and which is not necessarily a bad thing. I definitely want to see the full context of it. It's my least problematic drop from the snippets. I think there's obvious potential there just by having a name like Brent on it already. So I'm looking forward to that record in particular, in full context. But yeah, the Gbedu efforts, I'm not there yet. I'm not there on the Gbedu efforts. We'll hopefully try to see a lot more, like, you know what I mean? Just something that feels cooler, okay? Just something that feels nice to hear. Just something that feels like it's
But they say
2024,
which is
man.
out of. But they say no, they know hear Gbedu again now.
Yeah, bro, we just talked about it. Let's not go back into how it
They
feels
hear
out of
Gbedu
touch.
again, so you guys drop Gbedu.
Yeah, please drop the Gbedu, man, but just don't.
Just make it good.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
personally,
make it good, bro.
the standards of good have passed what he can.
What he can do, so I shouldn't expect any. I should lower the standards for a Wizkid. Is what you're saying? Okay,
precisely.
all right.
As Belema once said, you guys are going to get this Morayo album next year, so I don't know why you're stressing yourself.
Bro, do you know that was my next take? I don't think that.
You don't know it's dropping this week.
I am
It's
so
not
grateful.
Yo,
I think that was
imagine
for summer last year.
I am
No.
so grateful that
it's so
somebody
weird because I think this would probably be the best time too.
Oh, sorry, please. I wanted. You guys actually thought it was coming this year.
It would be.
Can you imagine?
It would be such a fumble
Pepe,
if it
can you
doesn't.
That project is coming out May next year.
It would be such a fumble.
Pepe, this is what I mean by these are our serious people. You people think that album is coming out this year.
It would be such a fumble if it doesn't, but it is what it
Okay
is.
now.
On that video, I said this. Oh, Morayo, October.
Can I be honest? The question you people should be asking yourself is the album when Wizkid did that YouTube Made in Lagos thing.
Yeah.
The album that he said that is coming out next year, which was 2 years ago, that he and Skepta were doing. Where is it?
Hello. Yeah, man.
Where
is Saz's album?
Yeah.
That's
That SARS one, it just came away and nobody's following through with the SARS
But
one.
let's not talk about things that annoyed me this night because
Yeah.
I was ready. I
Yeah.
had my bib, I had my plate, I fuck a knife, and this nigga has refused to
Not
drop the
the
album.
babe.
Yes, now.
Yeah.
Oh,
I think they said they postponed that one, but
Interesting. Yeah, I was
But
anticipating the SARS
you people
album.
should just
Yeah, in
carry
fact, there might be a
Mariah
chance that
out.
none of these songs are Morayo. Like,
Yeah, people are saying that. Interesting, man.
Mariah will come and you people will be shocked.
I don't
You'll
like
be
being
very
introduced to
shocked.
vibes that cannot be maintained, man. If you're not going to drop it, don't tell me you're going to drop it.
But this is Wizkid now.
No.
Why are people acting shocked?
Yo, I think my
Go-
guy,
go
my
and
guy
listen
Ade
now.
in the reply said, one thing I can guarantee is Wiz is never gonna top Mail. Do you believe that?
It's not going to top who?
Made in Lagos.
Wait, the nigga.
I'm not subscribed to that.
Can't
I
lie,
say
I
never.
subscribe to it.
I'm not.
I subscribe.
I still
to
think. I still think there's I don't know, there's something about Wiz, even though I'm not crazy about some snippets and I've already said some things, but the idea of him never reaching a height like a Made in Lagos when it comes to his musicality, obviously they're not been good signs, don't get me wrong, but there's a principle I just abide by, and it's not writing people off. That's just where I'll lean to. So I wouldn't go as far as saying, even though yes, I can see how somebody can say that today, but you never know, man.
Is it possible that he never tops it yet? Yes. But is it also possible he could? Yes. So never say never. Who
Yeah,
knows?
I mean, that's the thing. I never say never. That's my point. But I'm sure a lot of people feel this way, though. Is where I feel. I feel like a lot of people might feel we might not be able to.
I mean, yeah. Somebody said it. These songs will probably not even be on Mariah. And honestly, I'm of the opinion Mariah is not coming out this year. Everybody should just rest.
And
I don't believe he's not coming out this year, but it's also very possible he's just using this to
test the waters.
Test the waters, wet the appetite. Let's see what people are.
Let's see what people are saying. And
I mean, has he not already done that though? You know what?
yes, he did 9 to 5, where he dropped it just on YouTube as a performance. He hasn't necessarily dropped a full length. S2 came and that didn't make the EP as well. There've been lots of experimentation, or at least not necessarily experimentation per se, because basically a lot of testing.
You would think that that's like kind of like a smart strategy. If you guys are saying he's a bit out of touch, he's trying to get in touch now. Oh yeah.
No, please let him do all the testing that he needs, man. He should take his time. If he doesn't drop this year, I'm not upset. If it comes next year if he means it's going to be a better project by next year, I'm all on board. And especially if the snippets don't make it, I'm on board too. But anyway, we'll see, man. We'll see.
You should keep the Brent Fires one, or the other two. I mean, the other three. I don't care, but the Brent Fires one must make it.
Imagine if his approach is to strike a balance of like two extremes, from like say Superstar to Made in Lagos, like balancing those two extremes.
You know why that would be sad? Because you people will come here and say it's not a cohesive album. Serious life.
If he finds a balance, I'm sure
we'll say it's trying too hard.
I'm sure. Some people think I don't know, maybe it's just myself, but it feels like some people think I'm inherently against Wiz, which it's never the case.
Nah,
you're not 30 BG.
You're 60. It can never be the case.
You're just
60. He's not 30 BG.
You're just a romantic. Is it sad romantic person?
Wow. Anyway, man. I think that's about it for snippets, right? We've talked about Davido one.
Talk about this one.
Huh?
I still want to talk about snippets.
Okay, wait. What do you want to say?
I will try as much as possible to touch what I want to say and just summarize it and find a conclusion to go with it. You see, on the snippet Wizkid drop, firstly I want to say there's a stream bias on Niger Music Twitter discussion or wherever. It's really funny how everybody always has an opinion when the other guy dropped, but when Wizkid dropped, they really want to find an excuse for it. And also, I feel like on this one, I don't know why nobody is saying it. This same guy came on IG story to say, if you are expecting Afrobeats,
don't listen to
Morayo.
I don't
and he dropped an Afrobeat that don't even he dropped. There's this word we use on it.
It's called Pangulo.
Pangulo music. Is the Afrobeats cannot deny. There's no gray area. There's no gray area.
Even deny.
Okay, but what if I tell you now that Afrobeat song is not going to be on Morayo?
Yeah, I think that's the thing.
They are not so sure.
It would make sense.
Because he already told you, he said if you want to listen to Afrobeats, don't listen to Morayo.
Okay.
And then you drop Afrobeats. That means
so you really think he's
Morayo.
dropping every link to that song and
he's dropping everything that is not in Morayo.
He won't put it on Morayo.
Yeah. Listen, it's very possible. It's actually possible.
It's Wizkid.
But if it happens, yeah, it's to be in
all right.
But it's very possible.
All right. Let me just finish.
Anyway.
I feel like can I?
Yeah, go ahead. No, go ahead.
I feel like there's this particular thing I always say when I'm taking music courses, when we're talking about stages of artist career after the becoming a superstar, then going into the final stage is the reinvention stage. And I feel like we always, Nigerian artists, maybe because of how confusing the ecosystem is, they always get stuck at that. After becoming a superstar, they always try to prove what needs not to be proved. You don't really have to prove anything to anyone again, and I feel like that's why we are seeing Nice dropping an album and people just don't want to listen to it, or the band going on IG twerking and doing a whole lot of skits just to push his album. You've already attained a stage which is the superstar stage. Every of your jobs should come with, there should be this ease that comes with it, that I just want to give you guys something, like I'm doing it for you, and it's not like I have something.
Oh, so it means you should come with more steez.
More steez. And that's what Rema is trying to preach last year. I think he did an interview like 2 or 3 times, and he mentioned it over and over that don't expect these guys, the 3 guys, to prove anything new to you. They've done it. They've done that. They've been there. You shouldn't expect them to. And I feel like that's what Davido and Wizkid are at the moment, where you just want to have that it by force, where you just want to do what people are doing at this moment by force, and at the long run, you are now, how should I put it now? You're now fucking it up. You become a superstar. Your releases after should be something that comes with ease. nothing forced, nothing.
So it has to make it
It's
soft.
come with make it soft, and I feel like after Made in Lagos, we used to try. I feel like that S2 that people really do not like. I fuck with it a lot. I really like that. I really like that EP.
Yeah.
He did it with that, and now we are back to Bakurumo stage again. It's just like we are beating. We are just beating around
Beating
the
a
bush,
dead
and
horse
we are
is
not.
what you're saying? Oh,
Do
beating
you get what
around
I'm
the bush.
saying?
Oh.
Yeah, beating around, and I feel like it's the same thing with Davido too. I always say Timeless should have been an EP. Drop some song of Timeless, release an EP, rest for a year or two. Let them beg you for it.
I don't know.
You okay? What is it that Rema is doing now that these guys have not achieved? They've done it. They've done it. Now you guys are forced to make. That's why Davido we always give you an Abma piano. You get a record with YG Mali because you just want it and Bedu. You have to make it an Ama piano. Why can't you just do something with ease? Like, okay, I've not dropped for you guys 6 months, okay, because let me just give you something soft and we are off it. That's what I have to say about it. I feel like they are once they get to that superstar stage, they start forcing it and it becomes that everybody just gets tired and longer people seem to forget about it.
Okay, so it seems forced to you on your end.
They are forcing it at this point. Thank you.
All right. Cool. I know we have Gingerbread with us. I don't know if Osel as well. There's people that have joined that on the stage.
There are people that were trying to join the stage that I couldn't add because
I can't get everyone up on stage.
I also have not spoken now.
Anyway, where are we?
Wait, can anybody hear me?
Yes, I can.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Wow. I just said where are we? Really clicky, Jesus.
Because if you want to say something, open your mouth and say.
I didn't hear you if you said something before that. My bad.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
What did you want to say?
Okay, first I have to say that Wizkid is back to making Pangolo music. Back to our when this guy. Hey, what's the guy's name again? No, that sang 1005. Yes, Terry G. Yes. When Terry G was inspiring the sounds, we're back there. But I do agree to what that review said last, that artists should not push their music again.
Yeah.
So Beyonce should not go and be walking up and down with a cowboy hat.
No.
She wants to be doing Godmother. I don't understand though. Please, everybody's hungry.
I never said. I think we had this
is
conversation.
A job, boo. Please, they have family to feed. if it's to dance, see Fireboy now is till the dance that he's gonna do for what's the name of that song with Venture Jota or something like that.
Yeah, one could, even in Wizkid's case, one could argue he's not forcing it enough.
That's the point. Like, if you think that if Wizkid was accessible in this Lagos, everywhere will not shut down.
Yeah.
see, that's it. This your point is the reason why there is a problem. This is the point. Is right. Someone's gonna tell them that you are too cool for this. Now is to be doing Twitter rants. See.
Yeah,
Lost, I feel like you are mixing it up though.
Okay. No, you said that they should not drop music in 6 months. We're doing mysterious. That's what
the issue is about the duration they are dropping the music. It's about the type of music they are dropping.
Yeah,
Don't
but
get me wrong.
Yeah, but like they are
like how they present them is what you're saying too, right?
Imagine. Okay, try and get it. Unless you want to deny.
Okay, first of all, wait. Now, the issue, first of all, it's one thing if they are totally lost from the sound. I don't think Davido is totally lost from the sound. I also don't think Wizkid is totally lost from the sound. I just think that he just is not ready to put in the effort. That's what I just think. Like, it just because if he wants to, when I put in the effort, like if he wants to get songwriters, he knows where to get. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, if he wants to get people that to properly create like what he intends to do, like he knows where to do it. But in one of the songs, I think it was Dance, he said it that anything that he gives them, his children will eat. Yeah, I think it's in one of the lyrics. Yeah, so people are ready to eat it. So it's nice thoughts.
All right, fair point. Any other thoughts in this before we wrap it up?
Yeah,
hey, yes,
I
Ginger.
came up for a reason. I've been trying to come up since how far?
We're good.
Yeah, I think that a lot of people that has been speaking even prior to Lost Boy were just quite disingenuous. One, two, some of you are speaking with a lot of certainty. Is weird. It's funny. And then you guys are all coming up to say things about musicians that have been in the game for the longest and doing this thing at the highest level. And even the people you are telling them to stop making, you're referencing Rema and saying Rema is the reference. Oh, they should stop making music because they can't do it the way Rema is doing it. A lot of you on here were the same people were killing Rema for making his. You guys said it was all crap. I can point at names. I can start calling names.
Please point at them.
It's very necessary.
Yes, you guys are a lot here.
No, Ginger, please.
A lot of you from the people who are in the comment section writing. I guarantee that Wizkid cannot top Made in Lagos. Nigga, shut the fuck up. Nigga. Like, are you even?
Why are you screaming?
A lot of people saying, so happy. Some of you just be, everybody just go on the TLB, right? See, there are loads of people who were saying Rema's album was ass. It was total ass. It was crap. It was this. It was that. It's trash.
Confusing your spaces.
No. I hope we don't get confused with other spaces, but yeah.
No, it's not with other spaces.
Yeah, gotcha. Yeah. No, people, it was polarizing. The album was polarizing, for sure.
So don't try and twist it. They said it on here.
Okay.
It's the same thing. You can't say that and say this artist should leave. Like the guy who spoke before Lost Boy or who's trying to defend himself when Lost Boy was speaking. He said, no, I didn't. I'm not saying that. You're not saying that. You're confusing yourself. You're conjoining yourself. Are you saying they should leave the scene for who? I don't know. Like, what do you mean? So Beyonce should leave, or who else? Who else has been legacy? Beyonce has been in the game for over probably like 25 years or so. They should leave, or you said, what's it called? Who else? Who else just dropped? I think LL Cool J and Eminem just dropped albums, and they topped chart. So they should leave, or what? I don't understand you. Like, you guys, music is for life. Like, you can make music at any age you want to make it. And it all depends on how you feel. Whatever you feel like you want to say. Andre 3000 said he didn't want to make music because he didn't feel like he had something to say or rap about.
Right.
That's why he started going by the flute. So if these guys wants to make music till whatever age they want to make, do not say David Wizkid should leave the scene, yada, yada, yada. And even the young guys you guys are tipping, having been able to, still break the mold or break the ice entirely, like to surpass them.
Okay.
They didn't. 2024 was a clean slate for a lot of them, and they still didn't
can I ask you a question?
hit the nail on the head. They didn't. None of them.
Ginger, can I please ask you a question?
Ask ASAP.
At what point do you start losing interest on Nice and the Bad songs?
Interesting
Say,
question.
at what point?
Yeah, did you start losing interest on that song?
Oh, you've not lost interest. Who knows?
So I wait. The band didn't drop
Nice,
for a
like,
long ass
the
time.
artists that have become
Wait. I'll tell you now. I followed all of their trajectories. The band didn't drop for a long ass time. I think after Entertainer. I think this is his only album after since Entertainer. Which one? Wait. He dropped singles. You're dropping singles.
He dropped the full project where he was trying to break artists.
The Kingsman
project. Full length project.
There
was a solo one too after that.
See,
when they broke up,
Ginger, all of us has lost interest in the band.
No, the band has been dropping. I don't think it's that long.
The band has always been dropping. Nice has always been dropping. We are just not paying interest. At what point did you stop paying interest?
I have not. Wait now, listen. I have not stopped paying interest to Nice's. I've not spoken about Nice. I'm talking about the band now, where I lost the band. I think the band's own was when he left the whole Mo Hits thing, those brouhaha stuff that went on, and the magic touch was lost. I think the whole breaking away from Don Jazzy.
Oh, so that's why you lost interest.
He still did emergency.
He still did emergency.
Well, no,
emergency. It was 2016 or 2017.
16.
Was it 16 or something?
16,
That was singles or something, yeah.
No, but
like album, I think the GK, no, not albums. The GK album wasn't good.
I know, yeah, but you're saying it didn't drop.
We are not talking about the quality.
I'm not talking about quality, bro.
Lost interest.
No, I didn't say it didn't drop.
No, he has had albums since, bro. He has been dropping albums. Like
no, you said dropping albums. Like how many? How many?
Do we need to go through the laundry list? I just pulled up his discography, at least on Spotify. All right. In 2013, the Kingsman album that has 20-something tracks. It has literally 20 tracks on it. There is an Epic Journey, 2015, has 7 tracks on it. In 2017, he dropped Kingdom Come, and that's the song that had. There's a song with K-Switch there that was kind of fire. There was some. Yeah, he has 12 tracks on that one. Kingdom Come. 2021, he has Stress Free. He has Stress Free Chapter 1. There's a song that has Sean Kuti on it. And then 2024.
We don't even have to go through all this.
And then 2024,
at what point does Ginger, at what point do you start losing interest in their songs?
I wouldn't say I've lost interest. I still listen to his last album.
But listen, but Ginger, you didn't know the albums that he dropped after Entertainer.
Exactly, that means you've lost interest.
I told you the DKM own now. I told you.
But
he dropped DKM.
You were saying he hadn't dropped it in a long time. That was not the truth, bro. He has been dropping.
Do you even realize Nice dropped an album this year?
Nice has dropped almost every year.
I know about Nice's Zone. I follow Nice's Zone all the time. I follow Nice's Zone all the time. Yes.
Okay, that's
why I can speak to Nice's Zone.
Okay.
Let's stay at the band. At what point did you stop paying interest at the band?
I think he has answered that emergency.
I told you that after those emergency and whatnot, and then losing touch with Don Jazzy, it was just
so what's your follow-up response? He has told you from emergency and.
Did you notice that it was when he started forcing it? He's trying to keep with what the new ones were doing. That was when you feel like, nah, you're not doing this well. Do you think?
Nah, I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think
that's the. Well, you're forgetting one obvious thing when it comes to the bench.
They said
lost.
You're forgetting a huge scandal.
Piano record.
You're forgetting a huge scandal in the middle of all of this. We can't just ignore that. You're forgetting something that obviously had his name in a bad light. That he had to work his way back. There were some personal issues he had to go through as well. Like
he wasn't doing well before that. No.
I'm just saying, like, the band's case is.
There's a whole lot you can say for the band because one, he also lost his biggest collaborator and it wasn't work.
Okay.
He had tried so many producers and it didn't work.
That besides the point. Okay. I'm trying to find a way to move on.
You can't compare that with Wiz. Your question doesn't really
I want to.
So what's the conclusion here?
I will leave you to continue. Aren't we as audience or listeners or Afrobeat heads concerned that when our artists reach the superstar level, they start messing up and they start doing things we really do not find enjoyable again?
Guys, sometimes there's beauty in completion. I don't expect the band to be operating in prime level today. I'm never giving that level of expectation. I'm never giving that to Nice. I'm not giving that to Maya. I don't expect them to position themselves as a competitor for a Rema or a Omale or a Fireboy. Like
there's a decline part of the artist journey for a reason. Like it's natural.
And it's going to be natural, man. It's going to be natural. If MJ was still alive and it was dropping today, it wouldn't be touching his Thriller, his off the wall moments. It's not gonna be there.
They will be comparing MJ with Drake. They'll be saying I'm right number one. That's MJ.
I think let's just have the beauty in what their legacy is, and obviously they're always in a place where it's just about passion for them, where they're just releasing just for the sake of it and feeding for their very niche core fan base that they have. And obviously, if it's putting some money in their pockets, might as well too as well. There's a legacy they can profit off of.
You are now in my lane, Ima. You are now saying what I've been saying.
Okay.
You do it with, not that I'm trying to prove something to you, not that you are coming online to say my bedu.
Okay, so that's your point.
I'm trying to.
Is that they should make it? They should make
Don't
it.
Force it.
Okay, they should make it
Do it
a
with
passion
class.
project.
It's not even a passion project. I mean, but just do it with class. Do it as an OG. Not that you should go as far as
my only resistance to that is I don't know, man. In some,
like Vivi said, they should not dance on TikTok.
Yeah, I think that's what it makes it sound like. And I get his point. Some things are young people's game in the optics of it, but I'm not one to shout or clown people for trying to make efforts to connect it today.
Ginger, sorry to cut you short. Please, you can continue.
Anyway.
I just had to mention that.
I think that was the conclusion with Ginger's rant. I know Ginger was trying to call out people, but he's not doing names. Please, I hate when niggas are not specific with their daggers.
And you say you want to call out somebody, say
please be specific with the daggers, because we hear a plethora of opinions here.
Be using your names like,
because you can say something that was said on this space, and immediately many people will just point to probably the co-host or a few frequent speakers here. But
if I said it, I will admit.
Yeah, like when I was making it seem like, oh, we're trashing, we're killing hate, and I'm like, okay. I'm waiting for the point where he gets specific to who exactly.
Because that's the reason. But that's why
I
was wondering.
I was like, I'm not.
Man. Anyway, man.
Because me, I carried haze on my forehead. I was fighting for this album.
I don't even have to defend where my position was for haze, but I mean, over time, it's been clear where the album has evolved into for a lot of people that had resistance to it. But it was a good conversation that we had back then when we hadn't heard the album versus after hearing the album and the first initial reactions to it, and then we're seeing a few months down the line where we are right now. I think it's the beauty in being able to document our position at a certain time, and that's why I love that we can do this on a weekly basis and we can say what's on our mind at that time and see how it changes and see how it evolves, because it's bound to change in many instances. Our opinions are bound to change. It's a natural course of listening to music, because I believe music is a living and breathing thing that obviously changes in how we receive it. So it's like, I'm always down for documenting. And if there are people here that slammed or killed Haze, I think it's fine and beautiful if they come back around to seeing the album as probably the best album this year. So it's like that's the beauty in it, man. It's not everything that has to be look at what they were saying then versus what they're saying now. Like, it doesn't have to be it doesn't have to be a dagger. It doesn't have to be a dagger. It doesn't have to be an attack to the people that were not crazy about it.
I'm just
Why is it Rema and
that
Asake?
conversation? Is it that conversation you want to bring up?
Some feminist shit's going on.
God.
I mean, you people want to talk now.
Oh my God.
No, I don't know.
That's a very big conversation.
Where's Gemini, man? Or what's his name?
It's not Gemini.
I forget bro's name, man.
Junior.
Yes.
It's not Gemini.
You know who the hell I was talking about,
Gemini is crazy.
Anyway,
That's crazy,
Junior had a viral tweet. I think, was it last week or 2 weeks ago, about this topic that Velema is bringing up. And why some people are being left out of Big Four conversation.
Yeah, I think.
To be honest, forget the Big Four conversation. I hate the Big Four conversation because
he said it's kind of crazy how Asake has no song as big as Arasta's Rush or Tems Wait for You and Free Mind, but he's the one being added to Big Four conversations with Rema. It will never make sense to me.
Wow, Velema went to pull it up.
Yeah. Those girls are shutting down shows and doing crazy in all those regions. And while I don't think either of them makes it to Big Four, I think it's a worthy conversation.
Do you know why I don't like the conversation?
Why?
Because we keep trying to force a fourth position on the Big Three. I don't enjoy it. Personally, I see Big Three.
So when Rema said it,
yes, I was not on board with it. I was to stand on that position. It's like, yeah, nigga, like you're one of the next Big Three. Let's move on to the next Big Three, okay? Like trying to sit on the same plane as Burna, Davido, and Wizkid. Bruh, it's not. It's not.
Wait, I want to ask
Yeah.
I like
I want
the
to ask Belema
of
something.
it, but yes, I stand up on that.
Why do you want to ask me a question?
Yeah.
You might not
Yes,
like my answer.
you said.
I think the
Wait,
better conversation is
I don't have to like the
the new
answer.
big three.
I said you
You
might not
said
like
that.
my answer.
You said that. Why you think that they've done really well or something? You think that they can't make the big three? Why do you think so? Tems, Ira, why? Why do you think so?
I think because we live in a society that is very weird, and so no matter how you try to dig it, if you say Thames, somebody will say Asake. If you say Ira, somebody will say Rema. And so we are victims of our own selves. That is why I think so. I think Thames and Ira have done fabulously well for themselves. And I think somebody said, is this a feminist conversation? It's not really. It's a very male dominated space, and it is what it is. It is the cards we have dealt ourselves. It's not anybody else's fault, it's our own fault. And so I actually fully agree with Emmanuel. There's no changing the big three. It's the big three, it's the big three.
If there's a
Even when
next
all
big
three,
three
even
after the
even
other
when
three,
all three of them stop making music or leave, they will still be the big three. The question is who comes next, right? If I had to have a conversation about top musicians in Nigeria without mentioning those three men, it would definitely be Tems, Ira, Asake, and Rema. Those four people.
Right. And even just to buttress this point, I think it's kind of distasteful to the likes of Tiwa, the likes of Olamide, the likes of Kiss, obviously people that are obviously falling in the conversation of that big three and that big league. I think, like, bro, these people are putting in years and decades and built a legacy of their own. And I get it that the new guys have obviously, in a lot of ways, surpassed where we can call a peak for a pop act. And I get that. It's the evolution of the music space. The youngest are supposed to be outdoing the OGs. So it's a beautiful thing. And it's not... I feel like when we're trying to force another person from another generation into a big three conversation, it's like you are even saying like those other people in that generation don't even exist. And like, it's, for me, it's just that's why I always tap out of any big four talk again, because I'm like, bruh, this is ridiculous. Let's move on to the next phase of this genre. Like, let's move on to the next phase of this ecosystem. And I get the big three rules, and I think it's a US concept, and I love it. I absolutely love it. But let's move on to the next thing. And if we want to have that conversation, I'm on board.
To be honest, let's not have any conversation. Don't do. Don't do.
No, but the next big three is steep, man. The next big three is steep, but for me, the next big three is simple. I kind of see it as a simple thing, and not to say that the other artists are not doing their work. I think they're building, and I think they're building beautifully. But for now, as of this point, as in 2024, with the legacy that they have in a short period of time, the achievements they be able to do in a short period of time, I have my big three as Tems, Asake, and Rema. Period. That's why I cap it. I love Ira. No one knows. Everyone knows I love Ira. And I love Fire as well. But I think there's a...
Wait till Fireboy to look for you.
But I'm telling you, the magnitude of superstar... let's say currency that currently goes into an Asake brand, to a Rema brand, and a Tems brand. I don't think Ira and Fireboy are punching to those lengths.
Why do you keep mentioning Fireboy? Fireboy is not part of this conversation.
Disagree.
Okay. Yes, let's debate that. I think that's a fun conversation. I can see people disagreeing with me. I want to hear other arguments.
I agree totally.
I want to hear other arguments, though.
Of course you agree,
What's the argument?
Why would you want to say Tems is not big? I don't understand.
Who said that she's not big?
Why would you say Fireboy is not part of the conversation?
I said Fireboy is not part of the conversation. They said mention 3 people. Which of those 3 people do you want to remove for Fireboy?
Answer
the question now.
I want to enjoy. Let's have that conversation. I think it's more fun.
Fireboy is not part of the conversation. If you want to answer that conversation, remove one person and put Fireboy.
Okay. So you rather put Ira in than Fireboy?
It's not part.
Okay.
You rather put Ira in than Fireboy?
Wait, if you were to have a big three right now, Who will be your big three and why? I think that's the prompt. That's the prompt.
And this is
to
be clear, everybody will get to answer this question. And to be clear, this is not about personal preference per se. This is combining your personal views into what is the overall
with an objective stance.
With an objective stance. This is the you cannot say this is my own list, take it or leave it, because technically you are trying to call something for everybody to follow.
Yes.
You people do not come here.
Okay, good point, Belema. Thank you for that.
It's not you. This is my list.
Bro, there's only
carry your
list
list and go and write it in your diary. Carry your list and go and write it in your diary.
So
there's only 3 names though. Like any list that is not that list is fake.
Okay, so Emmanuel said his own is Tems, Asake, and Rema. Beautiful, very beautiful.
And that's it.
My list is Tems, Asake, and Rema. Very beautiful. We have
same thing for everybody.
Is anybody making it?
Sounds like he has the same list.
Yeah. Precious had something to say. Wait.
Precious had something to say.
Wait, now. Everybody will get a chance. Ginger Bread said he has the same list. So now we get to the people that might have different lists. Precious, what is your list?
Okay, so this is the thing. I'm not disagreeing with your list, but the ease with which you guys are willing to put Tems and not Ira gives me a certain level of
so no
okay, let's hear it guys. Let's shut it down.
People calm down. Nobody say anything. Precious, real fast. No, precious, real fast, very quick. Remove one person and put Ira. Remove one person and put Ira now.
How that is even an argument. What do you want to put Ira there for?
Yeah, it has to be a big
You people should be quiet. Let Precious answer. Precious, remove one person and put Ira. Who are you removing?
I love Ira, man. It hurts, but
people are stressing me, and I don't like this. Wait,
Precious. It's very simple question, though.
You say Ira dey over Tems now.
Let's make it a big 4. Let's make it a big 4 then. Big 4, please.
No, I would love it if we make it a big 4. But even at big 4, get arguments.
We already had this conversation.
Meet your mic. Now 3 we talk before.
We already had this conversation.
No. This next gen is big 4, please. Ira has to be there. Big 4.
Hey, also meet your mic.
Also sounds like Ade. I thought it was Ade.
No, please. But this is the point that I'm making. I'm not making an argument.
Let's hear her.
Precious, on a normal, not too much shalaye.
Belema, can Belema hear me? Please, let Pepe finish. I can
hear you. Precious wants to shalaye.
Belema, let her shalaye first. Let's hear the argument.
This is my point. I'm not saying that Tems should not be there. I did not say Tems is not big. Ginger, please, before you go and get all of the... Please, I never said such a thing. Temilade is big. I don't talk that way. What I actually... Yes, it reach for me to use her actual name. But what I'm saying is like the quickness with which, like, okay, you guys are making it seem as if, like, an argument cannot be made for Ira.
It can't. Unfortunately,
okay, against the big 3 is the point, though.
See,
against the big 3,
Precious,
I don't think it can.
Let me not lie to you. I'm the one that brought up Ira's name. I know what I meant, but what I asked you is very simple. They said 3 people. You can only pick.
Sorry, I can't give you big 3. Sorry, I can't give you big 3.
Your ass will not let you.
All right, that's fair.
So you want to join us?
No, it's understandable because it's not an easy thing to accept because I don't think people have had. It's a tough. Wait, Ginger. Let me land my point. It's a tough conversation because people have been avoiding it. People have been avoiding this conversation and been stuck on the big 3 of Burna, and Wiz and David for such a long time. We've known them as the big 3 for quite a while. There's this level of like we love these superstars, guys. We love Ira. We love Fire. We see them as. We see Omale too. We see them as top tier artists that are going to that are dominating on the world and the globe, and these guys are operating at the global stage. It becomes very, very tough to see artists that are all virtually operating in a global space and have to shortlist them down to 3. It's tough. It's a tough conversation, and we've been ignoring it for such a long time. So now that we're bringing it up today and having that conversation, now people are starting to realize how tough the conversation is, and trying to see there's levels. There's actually differences to separate them. And it's hard to see it because they're all superstars in their eyes. But at the end of the day, if we were forced into that big three cultural stance, which has become a phenomenon so far, if we were forced into that, the next phase and where that's looking like is with this big three, and it's
So you know
Tems,
what's funny
Ira, and
about
Asake, man.
Yeah, you know what's funny about this is that everybody can agree if they said big four, I rise to the list.
Yeah.
But that is why the conversation never said big four. So Ose and Pepe, I am sorry. Unless you have a name that you are removing from the tree.
Okay.
No. But please, there's no rule that it has to be big three.
Yes.
Rema already said big three.
There's rule.
There's nobody said.
No, but we know that the big three is a cultural phenomenon, right?
Nobody said so. The last gen can be big three. Why this one can be big?
Can be big four, big five.
Yes.
Okay.
Or even five.
Do me a favor.
Sure.
Ose, do me a favor. Go and make that list on your
The
timeline.
big four people
Don't make that
go
list inside here. Make big four on your timeline. Don't make big four inside here. The rule for this space has been set. It's big three. If you want to argue with yourself, argue with yourself. It's big three inside here. Go and do big four outside.
agree.
Anyway, man.
You know the reason why these big three people are going to be finding it hard is because there's too much love and peace and harmony.
Yeah.
They need to fight.
Exactly.
We've not had it.
Exactly.
I want to get everybody.
Exactly.
I Rema beef.
I want to get everybody else's. VJ Bonner. Who are you on your list? Who are the three people?
Remember, it's not a preference list, guys.
Definitely the same list now. Rema, Asake, and Tems. After does not stand a chance at all.
Okay, now you're rubbing it in now.
Calm
You're
down.
doing too much. Let's relax.
It's not like that.
Let's relax. She has Sabi boys, Sabi girls, Sabi gays. Everybody, there's Sabi people,
I'm
man.
very much. Nice. Who is on your list?
Victoni.
Why are people laughing? That's rude. You guys are rude. You guys are rude. Nah, fuck y'all, man.
I'm sorry.
Nobody should be laughing at any other name. Like, come
No.
on.
It's not that. It's Taj. Nice. I asked a nice question. Taj, shout Victoni. Taj, who asked you question? Nice, please answer.
Rema, Rema, Tems, and Fireboy.
Ooh, so you're taking off Asake. Okay. Let's hear it.
You're taking off Asake for Fireboy. I explain Fireboy.
Yeah. Let him explain it.
I explain Fireboy.
Let's hear him.
Wait, do I have to explain it?
Yes.
The guys with cocaine.
You go explain now, You go explain now.
Why are you adding Fireboy?
I'm sorry.
Wait. Now let's wait for nice.
Okay, hold on. Just for everybody to be clear, this man. Just hold on. Just for everybody to be clear, Nice said, Tems, Rema, Fireboy. No, Asake. I explain Fireboy.
No, I think there's an argument here, but I want to hear it.
That's what
there's an angle. There's an angle it can come from. There's an angle it can come from, and I hope it goes into that angle. Let's hear it.
I'll let him explain the angle. I want to hear it.
Ooh, I want to hear it.
Okay. Let's get into this, I guess.
So let's get into this.
So I'll just start by saying Fireboy feat. Fireboy was the first artist to be featured on FIFA. I don't know how many of you paid. Fireboy, wait, relax.
This is not the angle I was expecting, but
Fireboy was one of the first artists to start pushing this international P with Rema and
because he said it on the song, right?
No, even before his song.
I took that shit international.
Sorry,
he brought Ed Sheeran. He brought Ed Sheeran to Peru. He was the first artist, like one of the first new artists to start pushing this international P, and so far he hasn't declined. There were so many people who think he has, but Fireboy is still in the conversation because he still drops bangers. He's still Fireboy. Like, I don't know, Fireboy is just Fireboy.
Okay, nice. Is that the end of your distance?
As I said, I don't have a particular reason.
Okay.
It's
okay. It's okay.
Nice.
I just want all of you to be clear that Nice said that those are the reasons he's removing Asake and putting Fireboy. Thanks for coming to his TED Talk. Okay. There's nothing else to say.
Nice. Can I say the angle? Wait, Balama. Can I say the angle I was expecting or at least hoping you might lean into more for Fireboy. I think you're going to lean into his discography a lot more. If you came with that angle,
His
Wait,
discography
we're gonna act
speaks
like
for
Ashake doesn't
himself.
have.
No. I know. No. Trust me. I'm not saying he's winning with that angle. I'm just saying if he came,
can only be used for one person against one person, and that's Rema.
Yes, that's the thing. Exactly, bro. Taz, you're just walking into my point.
That's the only
You are
person
walking
that
into my
Afro can
point.
be against, yeah.
You are kind of walking into my point. I would have said if he came with the angle of taking someone out based on even Tems, he can actually punch that against. He can punch that against Tems. I was saying even if like you're going against discography, I think you can try and attempt to knock Tems off or Rema off because of that. But he didn't do that.
There's only one person that beats Fireboy catalog wise, and that's maybe Ashake.
Yeah, that's the thing, and I feel like
the rest probably don't. But unfortunately, it's more than catalog.
Exactly.
Can I be honest?
Yeah.
This was not you people's list. This was Nice's list. And Nice did not take out Tems. He did not take out Rema. He took out Ashake, and he had a reason for that. So
I was if you guys see me on camera, no. I was getting excited because I want to hear the debate though. I actually want to hear the argument, and I'm trying to think from the other perspective. Which argument can you present?
You can't place everything on catalog though.
Yeah, I know that's the thing. I'm saying because there's something that supports Rema, right? Oh, sorry, there's something that supports Fireboy, and I think his biggest asset is his catalog. I think.
Yeah, the albums.
So I'm sure like if you came with his biggest assets, then you would have at least shook the room a little bit. But yeah, you did come with that angle. That's why I was like, bro.
He took off. To be honest, he took off Ashake. So
anyway.
Regardless, even if
he took out the person with the best catalog.
Yeah, I know.
Even if he,
I know exactly.
Discography, it will not be strong. Anyway, thank you for that. Lumzi, are you here?
Is Lumzi saying something today? Is Lumzi?
Lumzi has not said anything today. No Epic, go ahead. Who is on your list?
Okay, Lumzi hasn't said much today, so let me.
I don't think he said anything today.
Get someone up that hasn't spoken.
Epic, go ahead.
What's good, my people? What's good?
Epic, longest time, man.
Longest. Who are the three people on your list?
Sorry, Epic. Can you clean your audio for us?
You're in the pits. You're somewhere. I hear you.
Can you clean up your audio for us, I beg?
While Epic is doing that, Mrs. What to you? How are you? Hi there.
Miss Wasituya. By the way, Miss Wasituya was the person that told me about T-Pain first. We're all here. Where we learned.
Now you know waiting there.
I'll always credit Miss Wasituya for that. At least on this.
Very happy to be your teacher.
Thank you.
Well, for me, it's I think let me first talk about my position on Ira. Ira will not always be wow. She can end up being bigger, but like for now, like where I can see Ira, she's going to operate in that pocket of like Olamide, where she's like everybody's like this girl should be in the top 3, but like nobody can quite put that in the top 3 because like I don't know, maybe there's a stumbling block there, maybe there's something that she needs to achieve, but she will just for now, Sha, you can never tell the future. All these people can fall off tomorrow.
Yeah, very true.
She was like. She's operating in that Olamide type of like part of the conversation, but not quite in that box. But my own top 3, Sha, unfortunately, it's not my own, but it's what I feel like is the people that deserve
overwhelming truth.
Yeah, is Tems, like it's very popular opinion also. Tems, Rema, and Ashake.
Okay.
Unfortunately, I would like to put Ira. Because that's my own personal preference, but yeah.
Mrs. Watty, to you, I would like to introduce you to somebody named Ose and somebody named Precious. You can coordinate with them on the timeline
and make your list.
Thank you very much.
Hello. We're gonna rotate the stage. Let me get some.
Yeah. Computer of a Gigi, how are you?
My guy, it's been the longest time, man. Computer of a Gigi.
Hold on. I don't know if I sound clear now.
Oh yeah.
Epic. No, wait, hold on, computer. Epic.
Epic is
we
clear.
can hear you finally. We can hear you. How are you?
I'm good. I'm straight. I'm good. How you doing? Computer Gigi.
We are great. You know that you are yet to 3 people list, not 4 people list, Abby. Just make you sure.
But yeah, I think I would say that it's not a very, it's not true or false. It's not a thing where you just state. In my opinion,
Just
I
answer
don't think
the
it's some.
question.
Relax.
Belema, let's give people patience, please.
No, this man say it's not straightforward. It's very straightforward.
No, it's not. I don't think it is, in my opinion, because I would, as much as I love Tems, I would take Tems out of the conversation in a Nigerian Afrobeats context, right?
Okay, I'm put two.
I mean, before we get to that, we first relax. Let me just see why I would take Tems out, because I feel like
let's hear it.
Because you don't think she's that big in Nigeria.
Let's hear it, guys, please.
This man is going
primarily Taz has answered the question. Like, primarily Tems is not. She's big, right? But Tems does not command the influence even a Benson will command in Lagos, in Nigeria at large, because of so many reasons. Hit songs and the catalog, and we know these things. And I'm not even trying to. I will not even see that Benson is bigger than Tems on it. No, that's not what I'm saying, right? But if we look at the music we listen to in Nigeria, the music we consume across board, how many times the Tems song played across Lagos? And I'm not disputing that. That's why I think
this angle, and I love it. Let's go.
I knew this angle would come. I was waiting for somebody to say it.
That's why I think it's not an outright big three kind of thing, because we have to factor in the conversation about. You are talking about the home Nigerian artists, the next generation. You're about the home base. So yes, as big as Tems is, right?
Can I have the hot take?
Everybody, sure, definitely.
Let me have the hot take. Nigeria is not the only matter. It does not matter when it comes to Afrobeats anymore. I'm sorry.
It's not even.
It's the blatant truth.
I don't think.
It's the blatant truth. And you know, it's second. Like, see, let me just that's one thing. Nigeria is not. Sorry, I'm sorry. If you guys feel like Nigeria is the only decider right now,
no.
You don't even see the artist. So what's the point?
Nah. Here's the thing, right?
Yeah, I don't think it's a wild. Yeah, I don't think it's a wild thought to say Nigeria.
That's one.
It's not wild. It's fact.
Yeah, it's not.
Even in the core of Nigeria, let's even stick it to Nigeria, right? I don't even think I agree that anybody else has a bigger impact over Tems, like apart from those other two. Even in the Nigeria, see. There's still a subset. I don't say subset.
No. I think we can have a nuanced conversation.
There's an impact of Tems, like a nuanced impact of Tems in Nigeria, whether you like it or not. I know she might not be spinning in Quillox, but like the even the energy in Nigeria has also there's something that has been created out of that Tems energy, the alternative energy, the alter energy. There's something there.
No. Okay. And I think that's beautiful for Tems. If we're trying to quantify her position in Nigerian context, and yes, you would explain it through that lens that there's a strong subset of a Nigerian audience that swears and dies by Tems and is a huge impact, and she's seen as a goddess in that space. But unfortunately, that's not the vast majority of Nigeria. And there will be other artists that will come before her when it comes to impact in Nigeria. And
it's not even
that's why I hear Epic's point, but we cannot dispute his angle of her position in Nigeria compared to others, right?
Okay.
I think it's objectively true that we can actually point to other artists like even Benson that will come beforehand when it comes to Nigerian conversation, and that's why I enjoy. Listen. That's why I enjoy Epic's point. But I agree with the stance where Nigeria is not the biggest factor anymore.
Bro, Emmanuel, Tems will outsell Ira, Benson, anybody apart from Asake or Rema, as in apart from the big deal,
but his angle was the currency of hits.
Outselling everybody.
I understand that, but the currency of hit songs, right, in Nigeria.
Okay, sorry.
Love Me Jeje. Listen. Let me push your head a little further about Love Me Jeje. Love Me Jeje is the best attempt that Tems has had on Nigerian soil, and it's been a best effort in quite some years, probably since 2019, or probably since Essence in Nigeria.
I will accept that with you, man.
And it's unfortunate, but that did not even crack top 10 of TTC. It didn't. I think it peaked at 16 or so. Like, it's not a Nigerian home-based record. It's not a song that, and I don't even think I expected it to be. I didn't go to Tems' performance and really judge like Nigeria as a metric for her. I'm with you on Nigeria is not the biggest factor anymore, especially for an anomaly like Tems. So I hear the argument that she's still the biggest out of the Nigerian soil.
The thing is that I can see. It's one thing to say she's not that big in Nigeria, but I don't think anybody else. Maybe aside like
Taj,
maybe aside.
accept the nuance in this conversation.
No,
accept the nuance. You're not accepting the nuance.
We're acting like we don't know what Epic is saying.
Yeah.
We understand. We all here understand what
you
Epic
understand.
is saying. Because everybody here was saying the same thing last year. We understand what Epic is saying. The reality is that Tems is huge. Tems is ridiculously huge. Tems is huger than your hugest huge. But the reality is we understand what Epic is saying. And I think there's no point trying to act like we don't understand what Epic is saying.
See,
we understand what Epic is saying.
No,
the problem
Taj, you already made a great argument against him.
Let me make it.
You already made a great argument against Epic, and I think it's a strong argument. Yeah,
Taj, the issue with what Epic is saying is not that he's wrong about Tems' relevance to the overall bigger Afrobeats Nigerian segment, which, like you said, is not relevant. I agree. The issue you should be picking with what Epic said is that he mentioned Benson, but because you are Benson's
no, that's what I'm going to now. That's what I'm going to.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like, bro, you cannot tell me that none. Apart from the other two in this picture that was about, right?
Wait, let's hear him out.
Nobody else in Nigeria that is going to do more in Nigeria, right, than Tems. Yes, like the hit currency is there, right? Regardless, the hit currency is there, but
the brand. I think you're saying as a brand.
As a brand,
you're saying as a brand.
They are not still close to her. Ira is not close to her, even in Nigeria.
And I hear that.
But
you know what is beautiful about this?
I don't know the conversation is. It might be a hot take, but
for Nigeria.
I think the argument is an old argument.
You guys are losing the plot. You guys are losing the plot. You guys are losing the plot. Let us get back to the business at hand. So Epic. You don't see the shalaye have over shalaye at this point. This was a very simple question.
No, Belema, don't. It's not shalaye.
No, Belema, don't rush it.
It's not shalaye.
No, I'm not rushing it. Because what I'm saying is that hold on. What I'm trying to say is that what Taj has said, right, is the opposing part of what Epic has said. But we need Epic to actually give us his thing, because he has to finish what he's saying, explain the thing, and tell us who is removing Tems for. That is my point. Because I understand what Taj is saying, but in the big picture of this, Epic needs to get to his points. That's sorry, you people. Epic.
Yeah, Epic, finish your point.
Thank you.
I think your point was kind of but yeah.
Yeah.
I think your point was.
I'm not offended. I mean, I'm joking, don't mind me. But yes. I would say, Taj, I think you're very wrong thinking that Tems will not outsell that only Rema and Asake can outsell Tems in Nigeria. I think that's hilarious, man. Benson has done shows in Lagos and Abuja time and time again. And I'm using Benson because Benson is it's not even like there are people I don't
so Epic, you believe that Benson will sell a bigger venue in Nigeria?
Epic, when you speak, you know that people in Lagos, people that are in Lagos that are doing shows are here.
Bro, hold on, man.
Okay, are we going by shows alone? Is that...
No, I mean, obviously we're bringing different arguments, right? You said hits. Obviously, it's hits.
Yeah, I think.
You said hits. I will still give you hits. If you said shows, I will still.
Obviously, she can't move Benson now. When it comes to those local jobs.
Come on,
bro. I'm going to say this, right? As far as the Nigerian space is concerned, when you talk to guys and girls, there's I don't want to sound, because I do love Tems.
Epic. No, Epic. I think you made your 3 years old. No. I think you made your arguments already. I think you made your arguments.
So who are you putting for Tems?
Okay. Who is knocking off for Tems? Guys, he's made his argument. Let's move on.
Yeah, let's move on.
He's made his argument. We understand it. We've rebutted it. We understand it. Now, who will you take up? Who will you put in place for Tems?
In place of Tems?
Yeah.
I'd easily. I mean. Okay, Rema, definitely. Asake, yes, definitely. Then, for me, it will be between a Fireboy and Anomaly.
Okay. Can you pick one? Wait. Can you pick one? Just for the sake of this argument, please. Can you pick one?
Pick one name.
It has to be on my little.
Wait. Is it your list? Sorry, Epic. Where you put in there?
Pick one name.
Okay, good. When I pick one name,
he picked already.
Wait, relax. Sorry, when I pick a name, right? Shibi, I'll be given the opportunity to say why.
No. Yes. Benema, let's not charge up now.
Relax.
Go ahead.
Sorry, Epic, go ahead.
Yes, the Fireboy for obvious reasons.
Okay.
Yeah, that's an obvious
one. What?
Because,
okay. No, let him explain it. Jesus Christ. Oh.
The conversation at the beginning clearly said it's not how we feel. How I feel on my label, obvious numbers, I'll say Fireboy. Because obviously the discography is it's second to none. Undoubtedly the finest debut album amongst any other person that you can mention in the next generation. We all know this. Hit songs, he ticks the box. He has done shows across. He has hit songs, international collabs. So I think not because, and I'm more even, if we do with the fine awareness that is the Nigerian market and the international market, yes, I would say. I know how inconsequential the Nigerian market is in the last year of things where Afrobeats is now, right? So I just feel like that's why I think it's not an outright conversation. I will put Fireboy, but I also think Tems is equally as big if you want to take it global. It's even bigger, if you want to take the conversation holistically. Right. So that's just my 2 cents.
Okay. Yeah. Guys, we don't need to rack.
There's nothing.
We don't need to fight, guys.
Because this man mentioned Tems again. See, all this is quite unnecessary. Like
no.
Sorry,
to be honest, I actually respect his position a lot because it's one thing to. No.
It's truth. I don't know why we are now.
It's an old position.
Yes. You can probably say it's an old thing.
Can I just say something? Can I just say something to what Taj was talking about? To what Taj was talking about, I will say this idea of Nigerian market versus non-Nigerian market. You people will learn in today's day and age that it all boils down to the same thing, man. Everybody they want yourself.
And obviously, and just not to even go back into the other debate that we're having with the brand conversation, and trust me, if you're having anyone that has such a penetration in the US market, you've gone to the Grammys, you've won at the Grammys, you stood next to Rihanna, you've been seated on the Oscars, you've
written soundtracks,
you performed at Coachella, you've gone on every talk show on mainstream US market, and that's the biggest market. If you are approved and accepted by that market, by default, you're a bigger brand than virtually almost everybody.
Hold on,
right?
Virtually
almost everybody. No, I'm saying, no, trust me. Again, did I start off the conversation? No, I agree. Taj.
I want to ask a simple question.
I agree on her brand. No.
I'm not arguing.
Again.
What you have said, with what you have said, how is Tems not bigger than Davido then? Since that's the only factor.
No. Okay, let's not even bring any of the other guys here. We are not trying to do that. Listen. I am not laughing. Listen, my point.
You are not kicking anybody out of the big three. You are not kicking Davido out. You're not kicking Wizkid out. You're not kicking Burna out. That one is set. It's set. You can argue with yourself. If they let all of them stop making music today. They are not living the big three.
Listen,
you don't do.
Okay, bottom line is I respect where he came from and what he used to support his argument. Even though yes, there are rebuttals to it. Even though there are rebuttals to it that would obviously still make the list Tems, Asake and Rema. To be honest, I respect how we got to that conclusion. It's crazy when some people come up with arguments that they don't know how they got there. I actually respect how he got there by bringing the currency of Nigerian home base and the currency of hits in Nigeria. And you can obviously direct him to the obvious points that we've made about Nigeria not being the main focus anymore. And it's unfortunate, but yes. But I respect how he got there. Even though I don't agree with the stance, but again, that's why I put it in.
Anyway, being patronizing.
It's not patronizing. It's how to have debates that are healthy in some way. Like, come on. How's that fucking patronizing, bro?
Relax, man. I just wanted to say something. Relax.
People will hear things that they don't agree with and they don't know how to accept things they don't agree with. I hate that.
Relax.
I hate that, bro.
Relax.
Why you say it's
Them, they
patronizing?
beg you.
Why you say it's
Emmanuel,
patronizing?
Gingerbread.
they're
Yeah,
begging
you
you.
know something.
No, sorry.
You need to just.
Anyway,
sorry.
man. No, I'm sorry. Because I be hearing that a lot too, and it's like people want people to be arguing endlessly for no reason.
Sorry.
Let's move on, man. I'm trying to move the conversation forward. You're saying patronizing.
So this is what we are going to
Wait,
do.
allow
Because
Ginger
we
to
still
ask
have to.
question now. Wait,
Nobody can ask questions.
Wait. I don't think Ginger has gone. Has Ginger gone?
Yeah,
Ginger has gone already.
Okay.
We have 2 people that have to give their list.
Anyway.
It's okay. You people have explained. Epic. This list, while Emmanuel might respect your list, I don't respect it. But that is a personal problem.
Bro,
I just wanted you to know that.
Mobelema respects that opinion.
Anyway.
Computer over
I'll just
how
ask
are
you a
you?
question now, please.
What is your question?
I'll ask you a question. In Nigeria, right? In Nigeria, who is the bigger artist? In Nigeria.
Guys, let's move on.
Wait.
Let's move on, guys.
Wait, I'm going somewhere. Who is the bigger artist in Nigeria? Wiz or Davido in Nigeria?
Within Nigeria.
Come on now.
This conversation, this question is hard, man.
Emmanuel, answer.
Within Nigeria, who has more impact or influence within Nigeria?
Wait, Wiz or who?
Wiz. No, the light.
Do you want to say Davido? Let God just strike you there.
It's Wiz bigger than everybody.
It's Wiz, exactly. And Wiz doesn't have the currency of the local hits in Niger, like now. You get like,
bro, the currency of the local hits you don't get for back that time.
Okay.
Can we move forward? Children of God.
I did for
Children of God, let us move forward.
Anyway,
let us move forward. Let us move forward.
I don't know the reason why I'm saying that. I don't know. Wiz is obviously the bigger artist.
It's okay.
Even though he's
Tems is the biggest.
I feel like sometimes they feel like people international, you can't be the bigger one locally as well. Like people locally don't look for international achievements to even validate the reason why an artist is bigger.
It's true. Taj, you are not wrong. You are actually not wrong. Computer of Agege, what is your list, please?
My list, I won't lie to you. I'll be going with the list for Epic, which is Asake, Rema, and Fireboy.
Hey, sorry, I am actually. Let me not lie to you, people. You are the 3rd person now that has mentioned Fireboy, and I wholeheartedly am confused. It's not that Fireboy is not a good artist. It is that I'm trying to understand the logicizing that you people are doing, and it is confusing the hell out of me.
He has the local hits now. Tems doesn't have.
See, apart from the local hits, let me tell you, I think me and Emmanuel had this conversation one time on this space I think Apollo dropped when David and Burna Boy had their album that year. I think they dropped at the same time. And I had to even made a whole tweet about it, that if not that we have rated these guys for 1, 2, and 3. I won't lie to you, Apollo gave them a run for their money for that album.
Oh, you mean do you mean like album of the year in the award show or something? Or like,
I'm not talking about awards.
You mean like in commercial performance?
He's talking about
I'm talking about commercial
performance. Oh, for Apollo in 2020.
Wow.
Let's
which album?
Fear God.
Wow. Are you talking about the year of 2020?
Belema, I have a question for you.
What? Okay, wait, guys.
Before you ask your question, what do these guys
have that it's so far apart from Fireboy that is confusing you while you're mentioning Fireboy? That's just what I want to ask.
Bless you, Epic. God bless you.
So this is a very.
I don't think it made a point.
This that is not even a point. It's very much so.
It's a question.
It's a question.
So this is
a simple question.
Yeah, it's a very simple question. This is what I'm seeing. I'm seeing Asake on the list. I'm seeing Rema on the list. But then you guys are, and obviously the 3 names, because I don't know why you mentioned Omale, but the 3 names that have been coming up are Ira, Tems, and Fireboy. And in all the logicizing that my brain is doing, I am trying to see the things that Tems has done, that Fireboy has done. And the things that Tems has done, that Fireboy has not done. And I'm trying to compare the 2 things, and it's not adding up for me.
Does Tems have a classic Nigerian album?
Wait, I don't understand. Like, what?
What?
Does Tems have a classic Nigerian album?
What are you? What are these things? Is it
She does not
to
know.
feature on the soundtrack? Fireboy has also been on the soundtrack. Like, are we saying he has not been on the
Does
soundtrack?
Tems
Like,
have wait, I don't get Ginger. Why you give me thumbs up? Does
Is it
Tems
to
have
show
a
up at the
classic Nigerian
Oscars?
album?
Is it appearances? Are these the things that you are just like? I want to know what is
Actually,
far-fetched.
speaking of Fireboy, was on one
Hold
very,
on. I want to
very
know
dope ass
what is far-fetched.
interview yesterday.
I want to know what is far-fetched.
Yeah, I saw the interview. Yeah.
That is so alarming that
It's
we are
very
mentioning
alarming.
Fireboy.
No, let me not lie to you.
Like,
Because the
I
only
understand.
thing that Fireboy has on all of
I
them is that
understand.
Fireboy has a dope discography. That's the
So
only thing
how
I'm
is
hearing
that
here.
not
But there's
substantial
nothing
enough?
that they have done because this is basically in
So
like
that's why he's there now. So that's why he's in the
Adiola said
conversation
it.
now.
So
Adiola said it.
Okay,
Hold on.
Why? Because he has
wait,
But that means
the
hold on.
Loj
What
should
do
be
you
in the
mean
conversation
hold
too,
on.
because
Fireboy
Loj has
has
good
I
discography.
don't
Hold
understand.
on.
Legit
No,
doesn't
Ask
even
me
have an
question.
album.
we're not talking about just good. We're talking
You
about
asked me a
impactful.
question. Let me answer the question. Adiola said
Hello,
it,
guys.
right? It's basically a popularity contest. And what you are trying to tell me is that when you sit down in your head, the way you calculate it, you realize that to this whole world on God's green earth that is going through global warming right now, you are telling me that the whole earth knows Fireboy
Not the whole
more
earth.
than they know Tems.
They said Nigeria.
Oh, okay,
That's
so
the
this
truth.
is
Bro,
for
that's
you.
not
This
This
is
was
your
never
popularity
inside
contest.
Wait,
Nigeria
Epic, your question was about
And I
Nigeria, right?
And I think this is
No,
the
no, no,
problem
no,
I
no,
have.
no.
Or
This
you
is
think
like
in
the
general?
popularity
Hold on.
contest of Belema.
This is the
I think I
problem I
get where
have
she's
with
coming
this
from
thing.
now.
Is that Epic is the only one that made this a inside Nigeria conversation. When we said big three, we did not say Wizkid, Davido, and Burna were big three only inside Nigeria. They're not big three outside. That was never the conversation.
Yeah, I mean,
it
I
was
get you.
Epic that made the Tems thing an inside Nigeria thing. That was never the conversation. You made
But
it.
let's tell ourselves the truth, Belema. When
You
it comes
made
to the
it a
big three,
thing.
where did the conversation start?
Okay.
The conversation was we have a big three that exists.
All right.
Wizkid, Davido, Burna. It was very clear. And then we say, oh, we are not making a big four. We are not removing people from the list and adding people to it. It's set. Whether they die, whether they don't make music anymore, they are there.
But Belema,
They are
they are
who they
placing a
are.
lot of
And
currency
so
on
it's
the
like if you're
Nigerian.
making a new list and then you're
Like
telling me it's a
Belema, they're just
popularity
waiting.
contest.
They are waiting Nigeria very highly.
What do you
Yeah,
think?
that's what it is.
That's what it is.
That's what
So
it
that's why
is.
it's
That's why they're pushing for the Fireboy thing.
Yeah, so they're waiting Nigeria a lot.
All right. Let's kind of move on, guys. Let's kind of move on.
Fireboy.
All right. Is that everybody else? I think like we've kind of beaten this topic now.
Demola has not
But
gone.
if there's anybody
Demola
that
has
hasn't
not
gone,
gone. Demola has not gone. Demola has not gone.
Guys, not allowed Ginger give you submission.
No, Gingerbread has already.
No, Ginger. Okay, that's the thing.
No,
Gingerbread has already given his submission.
That's
Gingerbread made it very clear.
That's what I thought, but I think he agreed with the
Asake.
list in general because
he said
he was
Asake,
punching at
Rema,
everybody
Tems.
else. He was punching at everybody else that was disagreeing.
Gingerbread said Asake, Rema, Tems. Demola, welcome. Everybody will be okay. Demola, please go ahead because these people are confusing me, and if you confuse me again, I'll be very shocked. Someone will now come and say kid.
It's crazy, man. I feel like okay. Go ahead.
Okay. Thank you very much, and I've been enjoying the conversation so far. I really like to sit on the listener session, but the only thing that brings me up is when people are like capping and saying a lot of things. And it really triggers me, to be honest. Why are you guys coming for Epic? Epic has made a very solid point. Like, why are we all over Epic? Said, let's be frank, right? Okay, let's look at the elements of this big three. If we have a new big three, let's look at what qualifies them to be big three, right? Asake has everything. He has 2 solid albums, right? He has a good discography. You can't take that from him. He sells out O2. Asake can, perform for 2 hours and even more without running out of hit songs, right? Now let's leave Asake out of the conversation. Asake is my top one, right? Then who's supposed to be next? I would say Rema. Rema has a global song. Rema is a global artist. He has a solid album as well. I mean, maybe not albums that will make it to the Hall of Fame, but at least he has albums that has hits in it. So Rema is someone we can definitely agree to be in that second to be second to Asake. Now, you see that third one is very, very tricky. I actually think it's very tricky. And reason why I honestly don't see Tems in that three, right, is because I kind of feel like Tems cannot hold a 1 hour performance. Hold on. Hold on now.
No.
Hold on.
No one's
Let me
attacking you,
finish.
bro. Let's go. Yeah.
Yeah, because I see people making reactions already, right? Okay, so why I said this is because I don't think Tems have like a solid album. A solid album that the Nigerian listeners can identify with, and also the foreign listeners can identify with. Now, why I said this is because, again, last time on the space, I said there's a lot of things carrying Thames, and it feels like you guys don't really get that part. But yeah, fine. You guys are really Thames fans, so you can say, oh, you know albums and stuff and all of that stuff. But again, I still think that Fireboy, the only reason why I wouldn't say Fireboy, right, is because of his recent form. Fireboy is good. I love this album he dropped, but I mean maybe it's not like the Apollo, it's not like the what's it called, the Playboy or whatever, but I would have put Fireboy. But the only person that I would just squeeze in, and I will also make a request after my submission, right? The only person I will try and manage to squeeze in is Ira Star. And why I will put Ira Star is because Ira Star has a solid album. Let's be frank. Ira Star first album and second album, they might not make it to Hall of Fame, but they consist of hits. We can't deny that. And that's the only reason I'll put. And I would make a request. I don't know if it will be granted, but I think we should do a 10 versus 10 for Aerostar and Thames.
That would be a hard pass.
Sorry, you will go to the people that used to usually do 10 versus 10.
That'd be a hard pass.
Kuzman is your.
Okay, so if I was to ask, right, who do you think would win in a 10 versus 10 between Ira and Thames?
We don't know.
It's you and Kuzman that would decide.
It's a
wait.
question.
Let's not stop throwing Kuzman's name like that. Let's not.
You know why I'm saying this? I kind of feel like I have a strong feeling Ira will floor Thames in the 10
not on
versus
LC
10.
space.
And that's because hold on. That's because
why are you calling other people up, man? Like,
I'm just saying, like, you have to know the conversation.
I know it's obviously contextual to the audience that you're looking at.
Audience.
Yeah. So it's not a straightforward thing, yeah. But it to be.
Sorry, I would just like to say, you know why I started. You know, Demola, this thing that you said.
This niggas, man.
I want to tell you why. I want to tell you why I serve a
If you go Kuzma,
no, hold on. Let me answer Demola. Demola said something earlier that shocked the living daylight out of me, and I had to pull out my gallery and look at the evidence because, Demola said that he's sorry, but you know, Tems cannot hold a 1 hour concert. I would like to submit to the. I would like to submit.
I don't understand what that means.
Yeah, why would you? Even
no, it's not even that.
it?
I would like to submit to the table that a month and a few days ago, I saw Tems live and direct at the beginning of her tour.
She had a full global tour. She just concluded
a week or two ago.
I wonder what song she was performing.
She performed for 1 hour and 17 minutes. So, Demola, that thing you said, take it back.
He even mentioned international. I laughed. Bro,
he said
no. I think Demola is doing that thing again.
I don't die.
She performed for 1 hour.
Wait, can I say something? I think the thing that is missing here are the rules. I think everybody has their rules in this top 3 thing. That's what I'm noticing. Because somebody will come and say that Tems is only popular abroad. and then somebody will say, "Oh, she's big." Like, what are the rules? Like, are we saying that?
So Adiola, the problem is that I thought the rules we were using were the same rules we were using for how we ended up with
the big three. Exactly.
For now.
Exactly.
But somehow these people are making up their own
that's what I
rules.
thought.
Exactly.
But,
Just
like,
replicate that.
Listening to everybody. Listening to everybody. That's not what is going on.
But you know
what is going on is that some people are putting feelings over facts. That you will not cut me off. Some people are putting feelings over facts. What do you mean by Fireboy? Like, everybody likes Peru Para. I'm sure I sang it too, but this Peru is not adding up. What do you mean by Fireboy in this top 3 conversation? Like, what? No, are we actually being factual? Because if you are going to go by like how we place those 3 as top 3, like, we use discography, we use social currency, we use what do you call it, numbers, we use like there's many things.
Literally a popularity contest.
It's all encompassing.
Yeah, so it's like, why are you now saying that, oh, a Fireboy? Like, Fireboy can still work out and become what they are, but like, it's not right now. Let's talk about right now. It's not doing that right now.
I'll tell you what the issue is, though.
Now the question is how
guys, the remaining issue is that we've not been forced to put these two up against each other. I think people are starting to realize that.
Actually,
like,
the
question
issue here
is
is also
how popular is Tems right now in Nigeria.
Exactly. The issue here is that people,
this Nigeria you guys keep saying.
people place a lot of currency on Nigeria.
Yeah, there's that too.
Because what do you mean by she's not popular in Nigeria? She's not popular in Nigeria. Excuse me. Waiting that
there's that too.
I think the problem is that we have not seen video of Tems in Q-Locks and people blocking her car. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Anyway. Like, we've not seen a video in Q-Locks and then blocking her car.
You know something? I swear.
Does it have to be Q-Locks?
Nigeria very heavy.
It's said by Q-Locks. Hello.
But why are we underestimating Fireboy? Fireboy was
again
Rema competitor at the time.
Yeah. Back then.
Yeah.
But that was when Rema wasn't as big. Like, we're missing that fact.
No, this conversation is very.
Demola, was that in the big year of our Lord 2024?
Yeah, maybe 2019.
I bet, can I say something quick on this team's conversation?
Chibi, welcome.
Hi, Chibi.
Hi, Chibi. Welcome. First of all, before you say anything on the Tems conversation, make your list.
Big 3, new big 3.
I think Demola was going really well. I think Asake and Rema for sure like deserve it. I think he was going, and then I think even giving Arab was not like a crazy take. But I think that Tems takes it over high, in my opinion. Like, just because it's so hard to equate what is like impact right now in this time and day. But like, I see all the lists, all the like things that come up. Tems' name is always there, like among the top 2 or top 3 or top 4 anyways. And in terms of like tour, she just did her tour. She sold out every date. She did some dates 2 places.
Every single day.
Bro, that is like some insane piece. Like in North America. Like, I don't
get it international.
Talking about she can't perform for up to an hour.
So like in terms of so in terms of like the show thing, she has it on lock. Like, artists do their shows and don't like have that level of coordination and planning. And she's done a really good tour. Besides that, I think her first album, great tour. I think her first project, by the way, like I think of that as an album for Broken Ears, did really well in Nigeria. I think people, Tim's manager came out one time. I was dropping the whole like, I don't need you guys. Basically, I don't rate you guys. Not that I don't need you guys, but basically, you guys overestimate the influence in the Nigerian market. I think she could have stayed around to play there if she thought it was a bigger pool to play in. But it just wasn't, like, for her sound and for her stuff. Like, she could have gone the IRA route and made more records like Damages, recorded with Sparks some more, and impressed you guys. But like, her and her management probably look like, this Nigerian market is not going to serve me long term. And the truth is, they took their sound to a place where it was overappreciated. And yeah, I think in the conversation of the top 3, you just kind of have to include her because she is Nigerian. She's never like tied away from that.
Yeah.
A lot of our music is like still Afrobeats, like touching one way or the other. So yeah. Tems for me.
Sorry, please, can I go back to this Fireboy thing and discography? Because people keep saying discography. People keep saying discography for Fireboy, and I want to know what they mean by discography. Do you mean that, you enjoyed it, or Nigerians enjoyed it more than Tems' album? Or do you mean that it did more numbers than her? Because both arguments, it's not holding water. Like, it's never going to hold water.
Okay,
like, the people that liked the
can I
album
answer
liked
this
the
one?
album.
Can I answer this
like,
one?
You can.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Demola.
Okay, so I'm going to answer this one to also knock off Belema's or 1 hour performance and all of that. So what I meant by 1 hour performance earlier was saying songs. I mean, I can have 5 solid songs, right? And spread it across 1 hour. Let's say an average song is like 3 minutes. A 3 minutes, so yeah, for real, like a 3 minutes, three
Okay,
minute times
okay. Can
5,
we
that's
start
like
wrapping
15
up?
minutes. Yeah. I'm gonna wrap it up, right? So
Sorry.
yeah, I can spread that 5 hit song into 1 hour. So I'm saying, hold on. I'm saying
Excuse
that,
you?
hold on,
Let's hold on.
I'm saying having hit songs and having a discography that contains songs that people can mime, like from the beginning of the performance down to the end of the performance, just like an Asake show. People can do that on the Fireboy songs, albums, discography. But I can't
Demola,
say
have
the
you
same
been
for
to the
Thames.
temple?
And that's
Demola,
my
All right, ladies and
Demola,
gentlemen,
Demola.
ladies and gentlemen,
I
ladies and
think
gentlemen. All right, thank you so much, guys. I didn't expect this conversation to get into this, but I love that we're actually having a conversation that I thought was more interesting rather than having the big four charade nonsense that was going back and forth for weeks.
Big three, man.
I enjoyed this conversation of opening it to a new phase of a big three and see what that looks like. I think we've kind of, in a lot of ways, come to some form of consensus. Obviously, there's still some disputes that some people still have, but regardless, the conversation doesn't end with this space. Of course, I know many people would have this conversation at some eventual point. I don't think it feels kind of premature, to be honest, but it makes sense that we're having it now, because I think because the big four conversation in general, I think is where it's kind of a misdirected. Like, people are missing the priorities when it comes to that conversation. That's why I feel like we need to do it. I think we need to be ushering out of that conversation and into the new phase. But anyway,
It's a big four now. However, it's a big four now.
Anyway, man. Anyway, it is what it is. I'm not subscribed to.
Yeah, and
Big
before
Four.
it's okay.
Anyway, man. Appreciate everyone, man. We've done. We talked about the Wizkid Rema situation in the beginning. Got that out of the way. We talked about some new music drops. We also highlighted snippets that we have coming up and got our reactions to them. And we ended up with this new Big Three conversation. Appreciate everyone that's added to the conversation so far. Next week, we might have a guest. Fingers crossed on who that guest is. But we'll see how things are coming up. A huge week for drops as well. Hopefully, we can come back and Machala has something for us. We'll see. We'll see if he does and if he doesn't. Regardless, follow the page if you haven't. Check out Spotify and Google Podcast platforms in case you want to listen to the playback of the space on other platforms for more convenience. Appreciate you guys. We'll meet next week. Like my own. Next week, we out. We out.
If you want to be big, you big one abroad. Thank you.
Anyway, guys, we out.